Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and this is, I guess, the 10th episode of Ruby programming. Right, so we're gonna continue where we left off, and I believe where we left off was arrays, right? So in this episode, we're gonna take a look at the different, the most commonly used methods that you're gonna use on array. Okay, so let's get started. I've made a list of all the operations that I want to talk about in this episode. It's gonna be a very simple, very basic episode. Okay, we're just gonna talk about how to access the first element or last element of an array, how to see if an array is empty, or to check if something is included in the array or not, so stuff like that. Okay, so let's start off our terminal. I don't think we need to go to our IDE for this. Okay, I don't want to create a, I don't want to make it very complicated, just keep it very simple. So let's start off with an array. I believe we create an array like this, right? Let's call it numbers. Let's make it very simple, call it numbers. Okay, and let's create a apple, mango, banana, tomato. Tomato is a fruit actually. Potato. Okay, well, it's a fruit to me. So if you want to see the first fruit, okay, that's in your array. Okay, the first element in your array. So to do that, you have to write fruits dot first. Similarly, the last element you can access it by fruits dot last. Okay, now let's say you want to take the first three elements from your array, or first n elements, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Okay, to do that you have to write fruits dot takes a parameter. Okay, 3. So you will get 3 elements from your array. Okay, also don't keep that in mind that it doesn't change your array in any way. It's not transforming your array in any way. That's so we'll talk about the transformation operation in the next episode, I think. Okay, similarly, let's say you want to take all the elements after the first two elements, okay, after the second element, or let's say after the third element. So to do that, say you want to take all the fruits, okay, after the second element or the third element, right? Sorry, cool. So these are the different ways that you can access items or elements from your arrays. Okay, we've also seen how to access elements through iteration or through loops, right? Through each and for loops. Okay, so let's say how to check if your array is empty or not. So let's say, for example, let's create an empty array. This is an empty array. Okay, and we already have our filled array, right? So this array is filled, this array is empty, right? To check if your array is empty or not, you can use empty. Okay, if you use this here, yeah, so empty true, empty false, right? This array is also, if you know about if you cannot use this here, okay, if you use nil, is give us first, because nil, similarly like empty, it checks if a variable is nil or not, right? So in this case, okay, this empty array still has an array. It's an empty array, but it's an array, so it's not specifically, it's not nil. Okay, so you cannot use a nil statement here. That's why we have an empty statement. Okay, now let's see if our fruits, now to check if our fruits array has my favorite fruit, watermelon, in it or not. No, it doesn't, because obviously. Now let's see if our fruit has potato in it. No. So to do that, you have to use include method. Fruits dot include. In Ruby, when you use a question mark after a method, okay, that means that this method will return a boolean statement that is either true or false. Okay, if you're using like this method, this does not have question mark in it, right? That means this will return something else. It won't return a boolean statement. But if you use this provided that this statement is there, this method is defined, then return us a boolean statement. Okay, since this method is not defined, so it's not returning a boolean statement. Okay, so if this is done, this is done. Okay, let's take a look at delete operation, then we'll go through, then we'll take a look at set operation. Okay, so our fruits method is here, right? Now let's say I want to delete potato from there, because potato is not a fruit. To do that, you'll use delete and just write whatever you want to delete from there, and voila, it's gone. Okay, and if you remember, the way to add an element here is watermelon, right? Now watermelon is here. Now pop statement, okay, fruits.pop is similar, but what it does, it pop doesn't take any parameters, unlike delete. You have to specifically point out which element you want to delete. Okay, let's say if I write potato, which is not there, what we get nil, because potato is not there, that's why we got a nil. If potato was there, then we would have deleted that thing and we would have output potato here. Okay, but unlike that, if you use pop, let's see what it does, right? So what it's doing is it's popping out the last element from your array. Okay, as simple as that. Now let's say what happens if I use shift method. Okay. So shift, what it's doing is it's popping out from the front, okay, not from back, from front. Okay. Also fruit shift method, it takes in a variable. Okay. Now what shift did is, shouldn't have done that. See, I want to shift to, yep, simple enough. So what this did is it deleted the first two elements, or you can say that after the second element it's showing us everything after the second element. Okay, or it's deleting after the second element. Okay, yeah, you can think of it that way. Now again, also one more thing that I haven't written here is, suppose you want to delete it, but you don't know, you want to delete an element but you don't know the name of the element, but you know which index it's at, so you can do delete at. Okay, and just specify the index. So I want to delete potato, so it's at index 0, 1, 2, right? And now deleted potato. Okay, cool. Compact, right? Okay, so compact, we're gonna need a different array. Okay, okay, let's say we have an array. Okay, so we have a complex array, and this array has numbers, has strings, okay, and also has some nil data. Okay, now suppose you want to remove all the nil from this array, right? All the nil elements, right? So to do that, you're gonna have to do complex array with compact, right? Now the nil array, the nil from the nil, all the nil values have been removed from the array. But what happens if you check the complex array now? Still have nil, right? So there are some methods in Ruby which have two parts, okay, which have two similar looking methods. Okay, just like remember when we did empty, we had to assign a question mark after it, right? So this compact method has two parts. One is the non-destructive part and one is the destructive part. Okay, so there are some times that you don't want to destroy, that you don't want to transform an array, but you just want to change some things, but like not permanently. So when you need to compact, let's say, this array, but only for this one time, you're going to use compact, right? But when you need to completely permanently destroy all the nil values from here, then you'll have to use compact with a bang. Okay, so this is the destructive method of compact. Okay, now what this does is it destroys the nil, it removes the nil values from the array permanently. Now if we're going to look at complex array, then you won't see nil values. Okay, now similarly, okay, we also have one more method that that filters out all the unique values. Okay, that removes all the duplicated values from your array. Okay, now in this array you can see that we have 2,3 and 2,3. These are redundant values, right? These values are duplicating, so we don't need, so let's say we don't want that. Okay, I can give you an example. Let's say you don't want, suppose you've made an application, right, and you want users to sign in using their username, right? So you don't want like multiple users to have same username, right? So to filter out that, you're going to use unique. Okay, similarly, unique again has a non-destructive and destructive part, right? So if we're going to use check complex array, we're still going to see that. So to make it permanent, we need to assign the bang symbol to it, and it's done. Okay, so let's take a look at set operations. Okay, I'm going to use same array. Let's see, I still have this tool, yeah. And let's say I have another array called veggies. Okay, here we're gonna have potato, tomato, pumpkin, what else is there, onion, garlic. Okay, now set operations are a different kind of operations. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you guys. So if you do fruits and percent veggies, okay, it's gonna find out the common elements from these from these two arrays, okay, and output that, right? And since we don't have any common, yeah, it's gonna output I'm sorry. Well, I had to do that again. Okay, let's have to make it again because I messed it up. Okay, so if we're gonna do fruits and percent veggies, we're gonna get tomato and potato, because from here it's gonna find out the common elements from these two arrays, and it's gonna output that. Okay, so fruits and veggies comes tomato and potato because these two are common in both these arrays. Okay, similarly, if we do fruits or veggies, then we're gonna get all of it, right? Whether it's common or not, it's gonna come, but there won't be any duplication or duplication of redundant elements, right? So potato was twice, but it's here only once, right? Similarly, if we do plus, then we're gonna get duplication, right? So what it's doing is it's adding both the arrays, right? And if you do minus, then we're gonna get only apple, mango and banana, because potato and tomato was common here, so it got subtracted. Okay, cool stuff. Okay, cool. This is it for this episode. Next episode we're gonna see how to transform your arrays, right, without using any each statement or loop. Okay. Yeah, and then we'll move on to what next? Hashes. Okay. Cool. So this is for this episode. I hope you liked it. And also, if you want to take a look at all the all the methods that are there in Ruby, I'll suggest you guys to look at the official documentation of Ruby. They have everything properly defined there, right? I think the VLAN, yeah, this is the official website of Ruby. It's the official documentation of Ruby. Okay, and if you want to take a look at array, I think you have to array, and here you'll see all the different methods that you can use on array. Okay, I'll post a link. I'll put a link on the description down below so that you guys can check it out. Okay, thank you so much for watching this episode. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.